Hello, welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator video. I'm Roadkill, and today we are flying the DC-6 from Victoria, BC to Seattle, Washington. Should be a quick little flight here through some rainy weather. We'll see if we can see anything on the way, and if we can see the runway when we land in Seattle. It should be interesting. But before we do, hit that like and subscribe button. Also the notification bell so that you can keep up to date on all my latest videos. Leave a comment down below where you fly and what plane you like to fly. I'd love to hear from you. With that all out of the way, let's get to flying. Alright, we are in the cockpit of the DC-6 here, and we're going to do the full startup procedure. So if you don't want to watch that, I'll leave a timestamp down below so that you can skip ahead to wherever you want to skip ahead to. Looks like we're going to have some nice weather to fly through, so hopefully we get there in one piece. It'll be interesting. I'm going to program the ILS approach frequency into our radios while he's flipping switches once we get the GPS up here. Voice recorder. And hopefully we won't have to use it, but if we do, hopefully it works, because it's hit and miss with the ILS in this airplane. And I'm not sure about others. I know I've tried it in Anchorage, Alaska, and I completely was too low. I don't know what the deal was. And then the second time I tried it there, I was too high. And I came in at the altitude it told me to, so I don't know if it's just the simulator or what, but yeah, it was kind of messed up. But we're gonna program it anyways, just to make sure we have it in there in case we need it. Alright, 110.30, that is it.
Seatbelts and pedals.
110.3. Let me double check.
Throttles.
Double check. Yep. Okay, 110.3.
Set to idle.
And that is runway 16L is where we're landing in Seattle, hopefully. Unless we do an emergency landing, we'll find out. Looks like we got the Kodiak 100 out there in the FedEx skin. That's one of my favorite planes to fly. Okay, so we're ready to start the engines. We have engine number 3 mixture up. Got the magnetos on both. Engine selector and fuel pumps good to go. So luckily he set that up for us. We got to set the rest up ourselves.
9.
But that's no biggie. Uh-oh, I might have missed it. Whew, that was close. All right. You have to time that just right, otherwise it doesn't take. So we're going to go to the engine selector to 2, fuel pumps to 2, magneto on 2 on both, and then we need to, let me scoot over here, get engine number 2 up to rich, full rich, and start her up.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Alright, we have ignition on engine number 2. So we'll go to select engine number 4, get the fuel boost pump down, magneto to both on 4, and scoot over so I can get it. Throw a mixture to rich. And let's try it again.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Alright, engine number 4 is a go. Let's go to engine number 1 now. Alright, magnetos to both. Mixture to rich. And this will be our last engine, and we can get rolling here.
3,
Whoops.
6, 9, 12.
Take a look out the window. All right. We've got ignition on all 4 engines. Let me click this here real quick. All right, what do I need to do? I need to turn the fuel pump off, and then we'll get our after start procedures going.
Start selected boost pumps. Off and off. Battery switch. Plain battery.
Okay.
Generators and inverters. Checked and on. Emergency lights. Armed. Ground power. Removed. After start checks complete.
Okay, we're good to go. And while we taxi out, I am going to do the before start procedures just to save some time here.
Boost pumps on low. Fuel selector and crossfeed.
All right, mister, I'm driving here.
And crossfeed off. Autopilot and carb heat. Off and cold. Hydraulic system.
Trying to do a U-turn here. This does have reverse, but
Okay.
sometimes it doesn't work, so I just do a U-turn when I can. And we've got a short taxi this way, so we're going to take off from this way
Flaps set 20. Windows and turbine.
and head towards Seattle in this beautiful weather we're having.
Closed and on. Controls. Gas lock released. Free. Potato. On.
And normally here I'd radio in
Bridge and
to
lock.
the ATC, but I don't have ATC on today. We're just going to skip that part and get on to flying.
Landing lights.
For those of you that don't know what ATC is, that's air traffic control. So there's radio communications you can
Before takeoff checks complete.
use in this flight sim that allow you to talk to air traffic control and get permission to take off, and they tell you where to take off from, but I'm kind of skipping that here just as it's easier to do that way. Alright, let's get our takeoff going.
30 inches stabilize. 30 inches stabilize.
So they're talking 30 inches manifold pressure here, and then once we hit full power and hit 40 inches there on the manifold,
Cal flaps.
I'm going to release the parking brake and we're going to take
Full
off.
power, please. Going full power.
So just counting down to 40, or counting up. Alright, I released the parking brake, and I forgot to check trim. Always a good thing to do before you take off.
Full power set.
Alright, here we go. Off we go. And we are up. Up and climbing.
Gear selected up. Gear up, lights up.
Alright, we have our heading programmed in, so I have the autopilot turning us in to the direction we need to go. And then once we level off here, I will start our vertical climb, which we're already kind of doing, so I want to level us down here so we don't stall. There we go. Gonna kind of keep the altitude level here,
Flaps going up.
hopefully. Just need to gain a little more speed. All right. We are stabilized, so I'm going to start our climb at around 500 feet per minute, and then I'll probably go up a little higher than that. Well, maybe. I don't think I need to get too high. It just depends on whether or not we start freezing up in these clouds here. I'm going to scooch over here to the co-pilot seat and get our temperature up into our cabin so we don't get freezing. I don't know if that works or not. Well, everything works, but I don't know if that'll keep me from getting ice on the windshield. I might have to turn up the temperature there. So we're now at 2,000 feet and climbing. And I think I am going to go a little higher than 500 feet per minute. And I'm looking at this right here. That's 500 feet per minute. That's 1,000 feet per minute. That's 1.5 thousand feet per minute. So that's how you gauge your vertical speed on that. All right, we are climbing at a good clip here, and got some rainy weather we're flying through, so we'll see if we can maybe break above the clouds or fly through them if we don't freeze up. So we'll see. Now I'm going to check. Our estimated time of arrival is 20 minutes as it is now, so I'll look down here. So 20 minutes. So once we hit 45 after here, I'll start the descent. So I'll probably at 40 after, I'll probably level it off here and call it good and set that as our cruise altitude, so I don't have to worry about any mountains. Just about ready to level her off. You can see the water down below and the reflection of the clouds. That's pretty cool. What are we at? We are at 4,400 feet. And I'm going to continue climbing here. I'm going to kind of give us a little more of a steep incline to 1,000 feet per minute, just to get up high enough to get over the mountains here so we don't experience a bunch of turbulence. What a beautiful view. Look at that. So amazing. This simulation is mind-blowing. Okay, what are we at? 5,500. Alright, we got 2 minutes. And then I'll level it off. So I could probably level off here, but I think I'll wait till we hit 6,000. Just to give us a little cushion here. I don't want to get too high so we're not flying through these clouds. So I'm debating whether I should level off now. I will wait till 6,000. Alright, we're just about there, and then we can hit our cruise speed. Get into our cruise. And now we are going to hit the altitude hold. Now the altitude hold is down here on this. I have it programmed on my joystick. So if you're seeing that I'm not hitting any buttons when I say I'm hitting something, that's why I have it programmed into my joysticks. We are about 10 minutes out. So, what I'll probably start doing, so I'll do a descent to about 3,000 feet.
26 inches, please. Setting 26 inches.
And get us to a good altitude to where we can plan our landing
26 inches set.
in Seattle.
Checkpoint, please. Altimeters and flight instruments cross-checked. Seatbelt signs on. 1. Engine low is low. Low. Descent checks are complete.
Alright. Now we can start our descent. We're going to go to about 500 feet per minute, give or take. Try to make it as accurate as possible. So what do we got? We got 45 after, I think is what I said. So 10 minutes. So that'll give us enough time, a little wiggle room there to plan our approach. I'm looking at the time here, just trying to gauge how much time I have for descent versus how many feet per minute we are dropping. So we're dropping at 500 feet per minute, and I'm just trying to look at the time and gauge that so I can figure out approximately what time we're going to be hitting 3,000 feet at the rate of descent that we are going right now. If that makes any sense. It makes sense to me. I'd probably make it sound more confusing than it is, but I know what I'm talking about. I might not be describing it too well, though. Alright, what a nice day. I thought it was going to be a crappy, rainy flight, but lo and behold, it's actually pretty clear. Kind of hazy, but at least for now I can see where I'm going. I don't know about up there. It looks like we might be hitting some fog. So we'll see what it looks like when we get closer to Seattle. Speaking of, let's take a look at the GPS here and seeing where we are at currently. Oops, I want to zoom out. So yeah, we're going to be landing right there. Let's see if this shows us a little better. So we're almost there. We're about halfway there. 8 minutes left of our flight, and all is going well so far. So good. Except I hit a big gust of wind. We dropped about 500 feet there. Or vertical speed wise, we dropped 500 feet. We didn't actually physically drop 500 feet. We just pointed 500 feet nose-wise towards the ground. All right. So far, so good. Once we hit that 3,000 foot mark, I am going to level it off, like I said, and go back into cruise mode. And maybe, just maybe, we will see Seattle off into the distance. Can barely make Mount Rainier off in the distance there. We're hitting some turbulence. Wow. That's some major turbulence. Anyways, you can kind of see the silhouette. At least I can in my VR headset. Not sure if you can on your screen, but Rainier is right. Let me get the mouse here. Right there. All right, just kind of taking a look out the window here. I think I can see the airport off in the distance there. And Seattle should be somewhere off to our left. Being that it's so turbulent, I think I am going to stop it here. I'm going to go level it off here because we are hitting some turbulence, and we'll go back into, actually we'll go into in range.
Normal. Fuel booster box.
That way we're good to go. And I might actually take the autopilot off and fly over Seattle if I can. But what I should do
No smoking signs.
is get the GPS on so I know
In-range checks complete.
where I am according to where I'm supposed to be. Let's see if I can stall us out here. Alright, there's Seattle. We're going to take a flight over Seattle here. We're going to detour. Hopefully it's not a mistake. But we're going to do it. We're going to detour. Check out the sights while we're flying in this area. Just kind of keep an eye on my airspeed and altitude. There she is, Seattle, off in the distance. You can see SeaTac over there flashing way off in the distance. Alright, let's see if we can get a good look at the city. Being that my internet is pretty crappy, the photogrammetry gives me issues. So hopefully it doesn't look like crap or freeze my computer. It doesn't freeze my computer, it freezes the game. My computer can handle it, but the game can't when I have horrible internet. Look at that. Good old Seattle. I can see our runway there, 16L on the left, very far left, flashing. It's a nice clear approach, so I don't need to use ILS, which is nice. I am going to start turning into the airport. Get ready for a landing. Now, I do believe that spike there is not the Space Needle. Space Needle's right over here. I don't know what that spike is. It might be a radio tower that looks really glitchy in the game. But yeah, there's the Space Needle. And Seattle down below. See, you can see the buildings loading in slowly. But yeah, there you are, Seattle. the city as it loads in. Alright, let's get to landing here, shall we? We need to get back over this way because we're a little bit off course. Get our landing before landing procedures going so that we can land here. Kind of looking where we're at here. We're looking good here. Alright, gear going down. Maybe. So far they're not going down. Why do I have one gear down? Okay, that freaked me out. I saw those green lights are my gear indicators, and that when that one only came on, I thought we were having technical difficulties.
Plus 3 degrees. Tail flaps set. ADI off.
Alright, here we go.
Speed good, extending lights.
I'm going to give us a little more throttle here. I could attempt the ILS approach right now. I might do that. I'm going to test it out here, see if Seattle works. I might crash, so I'm sorry if I crash, but I'm going to try this approach out and see. I don't like it. I'm already too high, I can tell. I need to slow down. I'm going to go full flaps here and take over because I am not liking what it's doing. Alright, here goes nothing. I gotta lose some altitude here. Cutting throttle back quite a bit here.
Before landing checks complete.
Alright, just kind of trying to keep her in line with the runway here and not go too fast. And not go too slow because I don't want to stall out either. And so far so good. Kind of float down as we touch down here. I'm going to cut engines. And there we have it. We have touchdown. Yeah, I don't know how to do the ILS, as you can tell. We're going to pull in here. I'm probably doing something that is just a little bit wrong, and it's probably really easy to use once you get the hang of it, but I don't have the hang of it yet, which isn't good because I want to fly in some nasty weather and test it out. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'll get there. Alright, where are we parking? Being that we're not using the ATC, we can just choose where we want to go here in Seattle. Oh, there's a nice little open spot there. Going a little fast. But we're going to pull in right here. Since it's not taken. And let our people out. Okay, that was a lot of fun. Let's shut this thing down. Do the after landing. Get the engine shut down here. He's going to flip all the switches off for us.
After landing checks complete.
Alright. We'll go to parking then.
Parking brake is set. Cut entrance.
And now we can let our passengers disembark. Which is what we'll do here. Normally I don't do this, but just for the heck of it, we're gonna get the doors open and stuff. We do want wheel chocks, please. I guess we have to wait till it's shut down all the way before we can do that. Alright. Let's get the wheel chocks on. Oh, don't need any of that. We'll open up the doors and take a look outside. The cargo holds open, cargo doors, cargo entrance. You can hear the, uh-oh. I thought I crashed the computer. But you could hear the, I guess I got to turn. You could hear the outdoor sounds get louder. What happened here? It just crashed on me. I want them open. We're opening them. You hear that? That's pretty cool. Alright, we got the cabin stairs going down. So you can see out there. That's pretty cool. I could get up and walk around if I had a bigger upstairs and walk around the plane. But we'll just jump out here. You can take a look here. We got the stairs down for the crew. Cargo out. We could actually call baggage and have them unload us and stuff. But you can see the cargo door opening there. This is such a cool airplane. A lot of fun to fly. Alright, well, thanks for hanging out with me on this flight. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below on if you have this airplane and what you think about it. I'd love to hear from you. But I hope you all have a great week or weekend, whatever you have ahead of you. Stay safe and Godspeed.